goals, of course. Marcus, how was that for you tonight?
I think it was a good game to get us going, and we've been working hard as a team since we got out here, so to put the work onto the pitch, I think it's important to do, so we're happy with the result.
As a striker, it's always good to get a goal nice and early in pre-season, and it was very early, wasn't it? 2 minutes on the board?
Yeah, I think it's good for your self-confidence, but it's early days in pre-season and in the season as a whole, so I think there's a lot of work to be done as individuals and as a team still.
Here's your first. Just talk us through this goal.
I think when Jesse poked it through, I knew I had a lot of time because the defender was on the wrong side of me, so I just had to take my time and pick where I wanted to put the ball.
Nice to see the Lingard-Rashford combination there in good action.
I said to him, is he taking it as an assist? I think it's a tackle, personally. It's definitely a tackle.
Totally.
But yeah, it's good to get, like I said, it's good to get out there and just get the principles of the things that we've missed out on the pitch, so it's good for all of us.
And you've been finishing like that in training all week, haven't you? Although it's been hard work in training, what was it like out there actually playing tonight?
I think it is as hard as the training. Obviously in training you have less rest time, but it's the heat. It plays a big part in the games, and the recovery time of when you can get your breath back is difficult, but hopefully it puts us in good stead for when we go back to England.
Yeah. First goal from one side of the penalty area, the second goal from the other. Let's have a look at this one and tell us how this one felt.
It was similar to the first one. I had a lot of time to kind of pick my place, and just about the finish once you get in that position. And yeah, I think the first one it gives you confidence as well. So the second one, you just take it in your stride.
Yeah, nice tidy finish again, and it was the first half really. From watching it here, you just seem to find it very easy. I mean, I know they were battling hard against you, but you had a bit of a comfort zone going on.
I think to make it look easy, it's a difficult thing to do, and I think working hard on the pitch, you have to do it if you want. If it looks as easy as people say, so it's never as easy as what people say, no matter how easy it looks.
But you made the finishes look quite easy, and Dwight York's obviously been alongside me during the game. Dwight, what was your take on Marcus's finishing and the performance general?
Well, I have to say he comes to the same gym as mine, and 2 weeks ago I've seen him in the gym, and I thought to myself, well, it's a bit early to come back, for a young man. He's just showing the desire. He wanted to get ahead of everyone, and for me that stood out straight away. So coming into this game, could see someone is determined. But equally, he says the second one is easy. He's still got a lot to do. You've got to stick that ball in the net, continue. We will talk about the missed chances, but the more you continue getting in those positions, what I like about Rashford, he runs in on goal. The second goal, he's looking to run in, so he's a threat all the time. And I think the players around him are good enough to recognize that. And as you said, it's all about scoring the goal, sticking that ball in the net. And if he continues to do that, he'll be going places. No doubt he'll play a big part in our season going forward.
You won't be going anywhere. You better not be anyway.
Just finally, it's great to stand here next to you, having sort of seen you establish yourself in the first team. Obviously, you've come right up through the ranks. We've watched you in the 18s, the reserves, and now the first team. Do you ever sort of take a step back and think how fast this sort of rise has been at the club and how much you enjoyed it?
I don't so much look back on it as like that. I mean, you do it, but the club, the players, they prepare you to go in the first team, and whatever tempo you have to do it at, then that's what they prepare you for, and I think that's what the club's renowned for, really. So like you can see other young players that have come here today, and they just take it in their strides, and I think it's important for the club to keep producing players that can do that, and I have no doubt that they will.
Great stuff. Marcus, we'll let you go and get back with the team. Great to see you, and well done tonight. Fantastic stuff. And we'll carry on looking through the goals. Marouane, of course, got the third for United, and we can have a look at that one now. A tidy finish from the edge of the box, which we look back over at half time, but ultimately that gave United that little bit of extra breathing space going into the break.
Well, it's brilliant. It's great play by, I think it's Jesse on the far side. He puts about 3 or 4 of them on the backside and pulls it back. And as you want any midfield coming onto it, we've said all pre-season really, you want your midfield players to start scoring goals. And as I say, great play by Jesse, great pull back, and Marouane's on the edge of the box. It's a decent finish. It's on his left foot, probably his weaker side, and it's a decent finish.
Yeah. market impact from Marouane Fellaini. And we saw the goals keep coming after the break. Of course, United winning the first half, slightly strangely in some ways drawing the second half because of Galaxy getting 2 late goals. But Henrik Mkhitaryan, we mentioned him pre-match, didn't we? We said about his pace on the ball, the need for goals from him and players like him, and he popped up and hit the target.
Yeah, listen, I'm a fan. I think Anthony Martial, I think he'll be a threat. I think if he uses and get his confidence up, I think Mkhitaryan in many respects as well, he needs to be scoring on a regular basis. You can see he's got quality feet, he's got into a good goal scoring position and to finish off the job. But we got an attacking lineup now, players who can score from all angles, and I think that's something that United was missing probably 2-3 seasons ago. But now you look around, we can get goals from all angles, and I think that's the beauty of our team right now. We don't just rely on our centre forward. We never have. Yes, we want someone who can score you 25 goals, but equally we want people in the wide areas, people like Anthony Martial, people like Mkhitaryan coming in and doing the job that they're capable of doing as well.
Yeah, let's have a look at the next Manchester United goal, the Anthony Martial finish, which was just 5 minutes after Henrik Mkhitaryan, and this really made it look like United were going to really properly run away with it. Good chasing by Tim Foss, who mentioned to pull it back for Martial, who had quite a few opportunities on the night. Lots of good play from him as well.
Some excellent play. Sure, I think looking forward to it. Looking forward to Martial, Rashford playing up there, Lukaku, who I thought he did ever so well in his debut. Mkhitaryan just sat behind. The amount of pace we've got up there now is frightening. Great play by Foster Mensah, great pull back, and what I like about it, he just side foots it in. It's a great finish. But ideally, not ideally, I'm saying we should have been 7, 8, could have been double figures to be fair, because there's so many chances. But no, I think the manager will be pleased. No injuries, maybe David Mitchell might have a slight knock, but apart from that, I think the manager will be delighted with it.
Yeah, I suppose the one thing that players and managers never want to do, even though it's a pre-season friendly, you don't want to concede goals really, do you? And at the end, LA Galaxy did come in with their better players in the second half, and Giovanni Dos Santos, who we know all about from the English game when he was at Tottenham, popped up with a couple of goals towards the end. One he knew a lot about, the other perhaps not so much, but have a look at his 2 finishes here, which just gave LA Galaxy fans here a little something to shout about.
Yeah, I suppose there's a little bit of a courtesy goal, so to speak. I think LA Galaxy, I think they were overrun many of it, but give them credit to keep going, and they have. And yeah, that was a pretty decent finish actually,
It's a great first touch.
And he's on his weak foot as well. You don't really fancy him there, but he showed good composure. And as you said, you give the fans something to go about. People want to come here and see goals, and okay, it might be one-sided for many of the game, but equally, LA Galaxy fans are going away thinking that at least we scored 2 goals.
Yeah, and they could do with a bit of a pick-me-up based on the league position that they're in at the moment, and Giovanni Dos Santos is the man who's possibly quite likely to give them that lift, and he got the second goal for them right at the end from a set piece, which I know as a defender, Mays, you don't like to concede from set pieces, especially when you didn't really know too much about the ball coming through there.
To be fair, Stanley, I missed it, so I wouldn't know. Oh, there you go. Well, it's unlucky by Axel's marking him there. It's difficult, it really is. It's come off his hip or whatever it's come off. Listen, anytime you concede a goal, you don't like that. Everyone wants to keep clean sheets, whether it's the forwards defending from the front or the lads at the back. Nobody wants to concede goals. It would have been great if it had been 5-0, should have been 10-0, could have been whatever it was. But no, it's all about getting that first game under your belt. Travel to Salt Lake on Monday, which will be another game for us, and then you're into the games where you can sort of gauge yourself and we see where you're up to.
So what did we learn tonight about United and the new players and perhaps players who, like Anthony Martial, who had a sort of in and out season, had an awful lot of a say in this game, for example. What did we learn from this?
Well, I've seen the team, first half in particular, very comfortable. Everyone getting into the stride, played with a good intensity to the game. Lots of ball forward, great 1 and 2 touch. As I said, for me, what's important to keep the intensity up and the great interaction, getting to know players. We've seen Lukaku obviously come in there second half. You're still feeling players out, even though you're training on a day-to-day basis. But this is where it really matters, out here in the real game. And then on top of that, I think overall, the manager will be pleased. as Maisie said, no injuries. You know, even though we conceded 2 goals, but there is a lot of positive to come out from the game.
Yeah, I think one thing that, or 2 things really, that people I'm sure will have noticed, and certainly we were watching the game and thinking this was, one, the physical presence in the United side, particularly when they're lining up for the second half, and secondly, obviously the pace in the side. We're seeing Anthony Martial there going through and causing trouble, Henrik Mkhitaryan when he was on the ball, obviously Rashford as well, Lukaku. I mean, there's an awful lot of speed in this side, isn't there? Goals, of course. Marcus, how was that for you tonight?
I think it was a good game to get us going, and you know, we've been working hard as a team since we got out here, so to put the work onto the pitch, I think it's important to do, so we're happy with the result.
As a striker, it's always good to get a goal nice and early in pre-season, and it was very early, wasn't it? What, 2 minutes on the board?
Yeah, I think it's good for your self-confidence, but you know, it's early days in pre-season and in the season as a whole, so I think there's a lot of work to be done as individuals and as a team still.
Here's your first. Just talk us through this goal.
I think when Jesse poked it through, I knew I had a lot of time because the defender was on the wrong side of me, so I just had to take my time and pick where I wanted to put the ball.
Nice to see the Lingard-Rashford combination there in good action.
I said to him, is he taking it as an assist? I think it's a tackle, personally. It's definitely a tackle.
Totally.
But yeah, it's good to get, like I said, it's good to get out there and just get the principles of the things that we've missed out on the pitch, so it's good for all of us.
And you've been finishing like that in training all week, haven't you? Although it's been hard work in training, what was it like out there actually playing tonight?
I think it is as hard as the training. Obviously in training you have less rest time, but you know, it's the heat. It plays a big part in the games, and the recovery time of when you can get your breath back is difficult, but hopefully it puts us in good stead for when we go back to England. Yeah.
First goal from one side of the penalty area, the second goal from the other. Let's have a look at this one and tell us how this one felt.
It was similar to the first one. I had a lot of time to kind of pick my place, and it's just about the finish once you get in that position. And yeah, I think the first one, it gives you confidence as well. So the second one, it's just you just take it in your stride.
Yeah, nice tidy finish again, and it was the first half really. From watching it here, you just seem to find it very easy. I mean, I know they were battling hard against you, but you had a bit of a comfort zone going on.
I think to make it look easy, it's a difficult thing to do, and I think working hard on the pitch, you have to do it if you want. If it looks as easy as people say, so